Brainies earned a scholarship to Harvard, where he joined both the Young Democrats and the Young Republicans and was named a Rhodes Scholar. After graduating from Harvard Law School, he interned in the Nixon White House and then served in the Carter administration before leaving to become a partner at Lazar Freres, where he spent the next 11 years, deciding that he had enough of the non-stop travel that was the life of an investment banker. He quit without knowing what he was going to do next. In 1991, Jim Johnson offered him the vice chairmanship of Fannie Mae, the same job Johnson had held when he was Maxwell protege. Raines said yes. Fannie's officers were just a mile and a half from Raines' home in Washington. 5 years later, he jumped back into government, become the head of the Office of Management and Budget at the beginning of Bill Clinton's second term. When Reines asked the president how long the job would last, Clinton replied, "Until you balance the budget." Within 2 years, the Clinton administration had indeed produced a balanced budget, the first in a generation, for which Reines received enormous credit. When he returned to Fannie Mae and with a promise from Johnson that he could soon take it over, his political stock could not have been higher. Charismatic, smart, and thought he had extraordinary presence, recalls Andrew Lowenthal. A lobbyist was cleansed, was included Freddie Mac. You see him, you meet him, you want to leave him. There were people in Democratic circles who speculated that they might someday become the first black president of the United States. By all appearance, the Fannie Mae that Reines in, inherited was a well-oiled machine. It utterly dominated the traditional mortgage market, guaranteeing almost three-quarters of $1 trillion worth of securitized mortgage, many of them 30 years fixed-rate loans. It was so powerful that it essentially dictated the terms under which prime borrowers could get such loans. Its other for more profitable business, buying up mortgage and mortgage-backed securities to keep on its own books was growing by leaps and bounds. It held by 10 more than half $1 trillion worth of mortgage assets on its book. Fannie was just beginning to tiptoe into riskier mortgage, but it was doing so cautiously. It didn't care for credit risk to the extent that subprime mortgage could help the company meet its affordable housing goals. Fannie had better ways to reach those goals, ways that wouldn't dent its profits. By the end of the Fannie and Freddie's combined assets exceeded the GDP of any nation except the United States, Japan, and Germany, according to a research report by Sanford Bernstein. There was even talk encouraged by them that Fannie and Freddie's 30 years note was going to replace 30 years USD um, treasury debts of the United States, being term bonds.